Hi, welcome to Math Beast Tutoring, now on YouTube. Hi everyone, today I would like to do solving linear systems. There are two methods to solve algebraically. The first one is by elimination. We will add the two equations together. Hopefully the x or the y will cancel itself out, and then we'll be able to solve the single variable equation that we're all used to solving. Now we're going to do this a little bit differently because I have no whiteboard with me today. Again, we're at home. Hashtag Corona Beast. Because we're at home, I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I'm going to screen record on my laptop. So in a minute, we will transition and we'll get you onto there. You won't see me anymore, but you will hear my voice. And we're going to go through step-by-step solving by elimination first and then by substitution. And you'll get to see, because there's not always a solution in a linear system, and sometimes there are many solutions, and sometimes there is just one. So you'll be able to see algebraically what you've been used to seeing graphically. Now, if there's no solution, it's because the lines don't cross. Or if there's many solutions, it's because the lines are actually on top of each other. You'll get to see what that manifests as, what that looks like algebraically. So, meet me on the Jamboard. Here we go.
Hi there, here we go. We are in the Jamboard, and for this video we are going to solve linear systems algebraically. Now the first method of solving linear systems without using the graph is by elimination. And this method is the one where we add the system, add the equations together, and solve for each one at a time. Let's jump in. All right. So we have two equations. We have our linear system set up here. We have 3x plus y is equal to 5. That's one line. And the other line, x minus 2y equal to 4. Now for our purpose of just solving the systems, it doesn't really matter whether we have our equations in standard form like this, or if we have them in our y equals mx plus b form. Either way will work for us because we're not really going to worry too much about that. All right, so this method of elimination, the goal behind it is we are going to combine these two equations. Now, whether that's by addition or by subtraction, or addition and subtraction for both of these here and both of these here, we're going to combine this equation as if it were an addition problem. X's with X's, Y's with Y's, and numbers with numbers. But the goal is we want either X or Y to cancel, which means when we subtract them, we're going to get a 0. Now in this system, it looks like we'll have to do a little bit of work first. Let's see, we've got a 3x and just a regular x. That's not going to cancel. We have a y and a negative 2y. This might be our goal here because this one's already negative. Then all we have to do is multiply this by 2 so that we'll have a 2y minus 2y, and that'll cancel. So let's, in red, let's do what we need to do to get to that. Now in order to get y to be 2y, we need to multiply it by 2. But we have to multiply the entire thing by 2, because when you want to double the cookie recipe, you can't just double the butter, you got to double the sugar and the flour as well. So let's multiply this whole entire thing by 2, and we'll carry it over here. So 3x times 2 is 6x. And now our y times 2, that's going to give us our 2y. That's what we were hoping for. And now our 5 times 2 is 10. Very nice. And this equation, because it's already negative 2y here, we're going to leave it as is. We're just going to bring it over here, and we're going to line it up underneath our other one. Oops, I forgot to write the 2. Oh, man. we're going to line it up underneath our other one so that we can combine it nice and easily. So of course, when there's nothing in front, it's that understood plus. So 6x plus x is going to give us 7x. 2y minus 2y, cancel, that's gone, which was our goal. Sweet, we did it. And then of course 10 plus 4 is 14. Now we have something that's super easy to solve. Let's divide by 7. Divide by 7. And x is 2, because 4 divided by 7 is 2. Now here's the first part of our solution. We'll write our solution right here, because if you remember, solutions to linear systems are an xy coordinate. So there's the x coordinate. Now let's take this and we'll plug it in for x. Let's use this x because this one is down below. So instead of writing x, x is 2. So 2 minus 2y equals 4. And we will solve this the way we know how. Let's subtract 2 from both sides. And we have negative 2y equals 4 minus 2, which is 2. And let's divide by negative 2. Divide by negative 2. Y equals 2 divided by negative 2, which is negative 1. We got it. We did it. The solution to this system is the coordinate point 2, negative 1. All right. And that, of course, is our one solution where these lines have crossed. There's an intersection. And right here would be our coordinate point 2, negative 1. All right. There's our one solution example. Let's move on. All right, now we have a linear system here in yellow. Now, before when we were learning addition, we learned that we got to line up our terms nice and neat so that our addition or our subtraction turns out correct in order to ensure accuracy. We want to do the same thing here, except we have to make sure that our y's line up with y's, and our x's line up with x's, and then of course our numbers line up with numbers. So let's rearrange a little bit. Now I'm going to rearrange this one so that it comes in the form x plus y equals the number. So let's rearrange that one. We'll arrange it over here in red. I'm basically just going to add x to both sides, and that is going to give us x plus y equals 3. Now I'll have my x lined up and my y lined up and my number lined up. However, I'll move this one over so we can see it better. 2x plus 2y equals 6. Okay, everything's all lined up. If I want x to cancel, I'm going to have to multiply this by negative 2. If I want y to cancel, I'm going to have to multiply it by negative 2. So let's just multiply this guy by negative 2. We'll do that work in blue. Multiply by negative 2. And then, of course, we are multiplying the entire cookie recipe by negative 2. We'll carry it down here in blue. So x times negative 2 is going to give us negative 2x. Y times negative 2 will give us negative 2y. And of course, 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Now we'll bring this equation down right there. 2x plus 2y equals 6. Now take a look here. If I were to combine this equation, everything is gonna cancel. My negative 2x plus 2x, that's gonna cancel. My negative 2y plus 2y, that's gonna cancel. And my negative 6 plus 6, that's gonna cancel as well. So I'm gonna end up with 0 equals 0. Now, 0 equals 0 That's true. That is a true statement. So in this case, I have a many solution system. Many solutions. I'm going to abbreviate solutions like this. It's not the correct way to abbreviate it grammatically, but this is what I write because it's quicker. This is a many solution system. When what that means is this line is pretty much right on one on top of another. So every point along this line is going to work with both of these equations. It's going to work in the system. So that's our many solution example. Now, if you know, linear systems can have one solution, many solutions, or no solution. Now, no solutions, you know, are parallel lines. Lines that are parallel are never going to cross. Let's see what that looks like algebraically. Again, I want to rearrange this so that we have y on top of y, x on top of x, and number on top of number. Even though it is like that, I also want to have equal sign on top of equal sign. So I'm going to rearrange this equation. I'm going to add 2x to both sides so it's on here with the 1. I'm going to do that. I'm going to bring it over here. So I'm going to end up with y equals 2x plus 1. I'm going to fix that x. And then I'll move this equation over. I don't have to do anything to it. That arrow's going to get in our way though. I don't have to do anything to it, but I am just going to move it over. Y equals 2x minus 3. Now, if you are used to seeing the slopes, and we know that two slopes that are the same are parallel. Lines that have the same slope are parallel. So we have a slope of positive 2 in both these equations. If we see this and we recognize it, we can instantly stop and say no solution. But if we didn't happen to catch it, then we would notice it this way. Let's combine this equation. So if we were to combine, let's say we're going to subtract this equation. We'll get y minus y, which cancels, and that's equal to 0. And we've got 2x minus 2x, that cancels as well. And 1 minus 3 is negative 2. This is untrue. 0 does not equal negative 2. And this is our clue that we have a no solution system. Hope everybody's feeling good so far.
Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for sticking with me in this new method of filming videos. Until next time, stay safe, stay inside, keep your chin up. I love you all. See ya.